Steve in here with Tripoli TV. Look, sometimes I want to know what we eat. Shout out to my guy Christian here. He's like Brother Man from the 5th floor with 4 fingers. Stay tuned, people. We're going to feed the dogs. We're going to feed ourselves. What we're going to do is watch Jemarcus make a little old fashioned for those old people who like old drinks, but you feel young. So hey, his whiskey got me feeling some type of way. You get a little pep in your step. Like, subscribe, and share as always. The dogs are going to have some fiber. They're going to have some rabbit. You hear them whining. They're excited. We're going to eat some good food. We're going to fellowship and have a good evening. Stay tuned.
So Christian, what were you asking, boss?
Man, so what goes in an old fashioned? I keep hearing that over and over.
Yeah, have you ever had one?
I've had a simple one at Parliament. You been to Parliament before?
I've not.
It's downtown somewhere. I don't know I don't know, the Uptown, whatever it is.
Yeah, I remember the first time I never heard of Uptown until I came to Dallas.
But man, I took a little swig on one, and I was like, nah, this ain't it. This might be a little too old for me.
Do you like bourbon?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So it's a bourbon-based drink, traditionally. And normally it comes with a splash of soda, bitters, simple syrup, cherry, orange slice, all muddled in there, stirred with the bourbon, and then strained over a big cube. Now, that's just the normal classic way. I like to do things a little bit differently because I like to mix and match with the flavors. So instead of using actual like muddled orange and stuff like that, I actually use something called Grand Marnier, which is orange liqueur, as a substitute. And then I'll turn around, add a little bit of simple syrup, orange bitters, got the bourbon, cherry, I'll muddle it up and I'll put that over a big cube. The one thing about old fashions, when you're making them, you never want to shake them, you always want to stir them. Because it actually, what it does, it over dilutes the bourbon, and then it just basically tastes like watered down bourbon, which is not good.
Yeah.
So, I already dropped a few dashes of bitters in here. I'm about to do, in this case, you like them a little sweeter?
I think that'll work for me.
Sweeter? Gotcha.
Sweeter, yeah.
So normally I do ½ ounce of simple syrup, but I'm gonna do an ounce. And then a little bonus in here. I like to use some of this Luxardo cherry juice. This is literally like almost like, tastes like Gushers, people. Super delicious. Drop that in there. And then I'll go ahead and do the bourbon. Got an ounce and a half. Oops, sorry.
Guys, so what we got here is, I told you, I go to Wild Far and get a rabbit. In the rabbit, it's not a lot of protein, but I'm keeping the dogs a little lean, but it has all your organs. Some of the fiber that I'm adding is a little goose, duck, goose, poor goose. It ain't last too long here. I'm gonna give them all just a little small piece of sweet tater. And then what I'm gonna do, add a second protein, which again, you always wanna add 2 proteins. You hear them dogs singing, boy, it's like Patty LaBelle's choir back there. And this is ground chicken. I like ground chicken. We're still keeping it lean because we're going into the summertime. You got American bullies, especially ones that do what ours do. You don't want them bulky and big at this time of year. You want them literally to be able to move. Uh-oh, you hear that? They ready to move now. And then strawberries, people. Dogs love strawberries. You got old fruit in your fridge. Oh dang, this is that fruit from Walmart? Didn't we just buy this the other day?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. That's too old. This literally was bought the other day.
Dang, already.
This is annoying, man.
Brief moment, people. But look at this.
Cutscene.
Yep, cutscene. Got the big cube in there. I stirred, I strained it over here. Dropped the Luxardo cherry in there. Now with the flaming orange pill over it to give it a little smoked. Just effervescence. Boom. Touch that red. And there you are, my friend. Enjoy.
Let's see what we got going on here.
Yeah. Get his little slip. What's the verdict?
Yep. Once again, I'ma just run out of reactions. You gonna start seeing me just walk out? Nah, this is good. It's real good.
Good, man. I'm glad you like it.
Now again, guys, y'all often wanna, y'all ask. I mean, I don't see it. I'm gonna be honest. But Jemarcus be like, yo, they wanna see, and Hey, what do y'all do? How y'all eat? How y'all live? Look, we take care of the dogs. We get back into taking care of ourselves, and we're literally just having a good time. I think that's the big thing. I had to tell him and many others, like, y'all gotta slow down. Some of y'all rushing to go nowhere and don't even got a plan. So right now, keeping it simple tonight. We've got a bird in most of the dogs' meals. We've got some fiber as far as sweet potato is concerned. I'm gonna add a cup of water. I'm gonna turn around, and mind you, this rabbit already has enough organ to get by. I could add pork guts, but I'm not. I'm gonna save some of these meats for the other dogs, to be clear. And I'm gonna top it off with some omega-3s, AKA some frozen mackerel. Stay tuned, we'll show you the dogs eating here in a second. Y'all got some more questions for Jemarcus. Jemarcus used to be a bartender. You might wanna just run him down, like why this is important to you. Tell him that.
Why this is what, just making drinks?
Creativity, like why you even make drinks?
Well, I mean, for me personally, when I was in the space, you know, I'd always be sitting there in the speedwell, making drinks. And I remember one time I was just flying through the drinks. And I thought to my head, this was when I was living with Trevor at the time. I was like, man, it would be sick if someone was just here with the camera, him specifically, is what I was thinking, and then just shooting me as I was making this, because I know you guys seen some of the videos where we just cut. That's the first time I actually had like a creative thought when it came to bartending. I never really ever pushed my creativity levels, especially in this space. I'm the type that likes to be perfectionist, so I always like to make things like always super, super well. And I never ever took the time to take my time when making drinks. So now that I'm not in a state where I have to rush, I get to take my time. I now get to really analyze and study the flavors and actually enjoy what I create. Because that's another thing. I always love people's reactions like his right now, or even when I gave Trev or anybody else a drink, I always love their reactions, but I never got to experience that for myself. So now that I get to do all of this, it's a lot more fun. And not to mention start pushing the boundaries as far as creating things that I've never got to create, getting to the mixology state as far as just the gastro side, making things like foams and cocktail pods and things like that, and candied vegetables and fruits and all that kind of stuff to go and garnish it. And just really start pushing that threshold. So.
And the gist of it is Jemarcus is a creative person, didn't think much of his creativity. I came along and started pushing his creativity and said, focus on the thing that you do well. And in doing so, why don't you investigate what other people are doing to elevate it? I'm a food person. Everyone knows I cook at a high level, and I'm interested in how protein breaks down and all that other good stuff. And then I'm interested in nutrition. So as you see, I go down a rabbit hole trying to ensure that my dogs are successful. I cannot ask the dogs to be better and give them less than. It's like this. You can't ask somebody to get something out the bank that ain't in there. So him putting drinks together is like, yo, let's see what this is like. And I'm not even a drinking person. I never even knew the names of drinks. And he started saying this stuff like he said he had an old fashioned that tastes like ass. Well, guess what? That ain't an ass filled old fashioned. That's some good right there. So stay tuned. Take care of your dogs. Remember to spin it. Don't beat it. What's that?
Stir
you got to lick it before you stick it. What's that booty call? We gonna show you feed the dogs. We gonna show you literally feeding the pups. We gonna show you a little meal that I put together. Saw it on TikTok and I already said, well, I know how to make that better, but I can't do the beef thing. Guys, we're gonna keep having fun, people. Thank you for watching as always, but we're not done yet. No, I don't know what it is. I just saw it maybe, so I thought, okay.
Oh yeah, this looks like a jus.
A jus?
Or a sauce. Oh yeah, we'll do this in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. You're just pairing. Oh yeah. Lamb shank grilled cheese paired with a Scottish old fashioned. That's the way to do it right there.
Guys, it was worth every. I've been smoking this lamb shank for 5-6 hours. That's a true story. And I think I could have done it for longer. But beyond a reasonable doubt.
What kind of cheese was that? Asiago?
That's everything, bro.
Okay.
That's literally. That's everything. Remember, I told her to give me all 3, and I didn't even use all the cheese. I was like,
that's real good, man. Especially when you dip it in the sauce.
Yes.
For the jus.
Food for thought, people. Give me a little bit. I gotta just see what it be. I'm trying to see what that be like. He talking about on the back.
No, I've never had it like that. I'm trying to see what that's like.
Okay.
No, see? That's my tongue, man.
I didn't think it was gonna work. That worked.
So I tell you, bro.
Let's write them on everything. I didn't bit my lip. I didn't bit my lip. Guys, you've got to see firsthand what we do for ourselves, what we do for our friends, what we do because we love food, and how we enjoy each other and our time. It's imperative, as I repeat, that we take care of ourselves and just better ourselves. We're all learning how to be a little bit better and enjoy the few moments that we're given on this earth. Don't rush anywhere in life. Just take your time. Take care of yourself. Keep enjoying it to the best of your ability. Stay tuned. Take care of your dogs. Thank you for watching. Shout out to Jemarcus for making the old fashions. Shout out to my guy Christian for being out here and participating, being a good sport. And thank you all for for just supporting what we're doing, people. Look at that there. Godly. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.